Hello guys, welcome to this weekly analysis of the market. So we're looking at both the cryptocurrency market and the stock market. So the first thing I'll look into most times before entering the trade, like on Sundays like this, is to do my weekly analysis. So I'll be prepared. So to be like a guide for me throughout the course of the week. So and we're looking at the charts, technicalities of the chart before we start looking at fundamentals. But before we go into technicalities of the chart, let's look at the fundamentals. So first is we go to our forex factory. Forex Factory is a site where they paste fundamental news about the whole market. Now, on your Forex Factory, you also have fundamentals for cryptocurrency also. Now, as you can see, today is Sunday. We're looking at the rest of this week. So on Monday, we're not really having much on Monday. We're having CB lending index M/M. So as you can see, there is no strong red impact news except for GBP, which is around 745. So let's look at other days. On Tuesday, we're having Canadian has news, US also have. Now, look at Tuesdays, there's an FOMC meeting. Anytime you see an FOMC meeting happen, this is where they discuss interest rate and every other thing that has to do with the US dollar. So here now we don't know what will happen, but as it is now, two things can happen. Either is a positive news or is a negative news. So this is a guide. So just mark this on Tuesday. Now going to Wednesday, we also have news unemployment claims also on Wednesday, which is around 2:30 p.m. All these news have serious impact to the market. So by scrolling up to my right, left hand side of here, and I click on crypto craft. Crypto craft, what it does majorly is also post fundamentals that has to do with what the market itself. So let's look further. Let's try and see how we can filter all this. So our first day is on Sunday to where to Friday. Those are what we are filtering. So we'll now understand how we can now see the fundamentals of the market at what's going to happen. So from here, you can realize that there's not much strong news. But for me, I always look for news that has to do with what the US dollar itself. She understands. So looking at here, there's not much activities regards the crypto craft, but for forex, there are lots of fundamental news that has to do with the dollars. So that's the most of the time I always prefer to do what to check my forex factory. So now on Tuesday, we also have a news FOMC coming up. So most people wonder what is FOMC, and it's as simple. It's like a meeting that takes place majorly the central bank, you know, of US. They decide on lots of things that has to do with the Fed, Federal Open Market Committee. So here is where they listen to different propositions, different policies that has to do with what's happening. So majorly, so going back to the chart now, we are looking at the DXY. DXY represents the dollar index. Now, one thing about this market is if the dollar is down, every other thing trading against the dollar is up. So as you can see, the dollar is tending towards the downside. But market don't move on a straight line, market move in zigzag. So we're looking, let's further into it. So as you can see, this market has been on the run before, and what is happening now is what we are seeing now is we see there's been on the run before. One thing about this market move in zigzag. There's been on this run, and what happened now, there was what a resistant area here. Now always look at the left part of the market. So I try to like zoom in close. This is what the daily time frame. So let me start analyzing this market. So what I do most of the time, I look at the current reaction of the market towards the left side and likely areas the price will get to. Now this price is falling. There's a strong support zone around here. So anything can happen. The price could decide to do what bounce off this zone. So we need to understand what is happening to the market. Then price can decide to break this support zone and head down to this zone. For as it is currently now, the dollar is what is bearish, is going down as you can see. And the same thing happens here. You can see there was a run pullback, the market came up. So in this case now, the market has been climbing and has been climbing. So what we expected, a different narrative today. So people believe that price should get to a particular level and should reverse upward. So if we have to apply our Fibonacci retracement level from this swing low to this swing high, you realize that our 0.5 hour 0.618 is always like a good area to buy. But we are using this as a guide for what our dollar index. So now that we know that if we likely test the support zone around this zone or around this zone. So it means that for cryptocurrency that is going up, there might be a bit of retracement, there might be a bit of pullback. So looking at Bitcoin as a whole, Bitcoin has been trending up. So we could see expect a pullback for Bitcoin around this level, because already now that the dollar could test that support level, and if it bounces up, we're expecting this to happen alongside something like this. So if I decide to pick my Fibonacci retracement and now plot it, so most likely we are looking at these zones. But before these 0.5 zones, the price could decide to test a support zone around here. So it's never advisable to buy if the price is high. As you can see, this is the channel I've drawn, and look at what happened. Price always tends to respect this channel, so I'll only be buying Bitcoin if it can break above this channel. So as it is now, it still has tendency of doing what? There's tendency of still climbing or retracing back to these likely levels, likely zones, like what has happened here in the past around this zone here. You can see what has happened here. Market moves to this channel, bounces up, bounces down, move again, bounces down. Also, see what happened here. This is like a support zone. You call it accumulation zone also. So price has gone up. We're expecting what? A correction to happen in this market. So there's no point jumping to this market now. That's just an idea of what is happening. So now for cryptocurrency, this is also Bitcoin is part of cryptocurrency. There's what they call total 2, total 1, which I'm going to explain in a minute. So if I'm to click on my symbol and I type total means what? Cryptocurrency total market cap. It means that everything inclusive of BTC. So total 2 means cryptocurrency market cap excluding what? BTC. So it means that it's only altcoins that I'm trying to analyze here. Let's see what's happening to oil coins. As you can see, these are altcoins. Altcoins are all the currencies in the market excluding what? Bitcoin. As you can see, this altcoin is also testing a strong resistance zone here. You can see this resistance zone is very strong, and market has been running up all this while. So we're expecting a pullback in all this market. So there's no point jumping into this trade. I prefer the price to do what? You pull back to likely support zones as you can see on this chart. So be guided, guys. So don't panic buy anything that is higher here. So that is my take for this week. Once the opportunity comes, you can jump on it. Now this is what a daily time frame. So if I decide to go to my 4 hours time frame, as you can see, the same thing is repeating itself here. Price has tested here, and what we're expecting price to do is price might likely test a support zone around this path here. You see, around this path here. So I'm always conscious of any of my move. Sure, you understand? So now that is for altcoins. So now let's look at some other assets that has to do with the market. Now that we've looked at altcoins, you can start to look at any other crypto assets. Most of them are already retracing back. You can see this thing we posted is still around this section. So there's no point jumping to this trade. But that is part of what we look at for the week, but at the same time there should be opportunities in the market, so we're going to be diving into that in the next series, trying to sort out signals opportunities. So as you can see, the previous analysis we did entered our take profit. Price is also heading back to that same support zone there for that. So for this week, we should expect the dollar to either bounce back from that support, or we should expect Bitcoin to either do what? Correct or to climb down a bit before finally moving up again. So guys, be careful anything you are doing. We have seen the analysis of this market, as we have seen the dollars is trying to make its move. So this is just like my weekly analysis for this. So in the next section, I'll be looking at signals opportunities in the market, but we're only interested in picking our profit and ensuring everything is fine. So now for the stock market, we've looked at the dollar index. So dollar index is trying to do what? Trying to test a support zone here. So if you have to look at our S&P 500, which is the guide, see what is happening here. S&P 500 has been pushing up. Is also expected to break this resistance zone here. So we're also expecting X&P to do what? To come down a bit. So as it is, there's no point rushing to this market. Timing matters a lot in this market. So X&P in 500 might expected to test this resistance and pull back. And once it pulls back, if it's going to be shooting higher, we're expecting it to break the resistance to the upside. So it means that if S&P 500 goes higher, we're expecting our US dollars to do what? To come down. But don't forget, on Tuesday there's FOMC meeting. which during that course of that meeting is a volatile market for that day. So you have to be conscious of every steps you are what putting into consideration. So for SPX, there is over 500 stock commodities are attached to. So that is for the stock market. So for me, I won't be jumping into that for now. Rather wait for market to correct itself, either to the downside before I can jump into the market. So guys, be careful. So that's my take for this week. Just take your time and watch the chart. Once opportunity comes, fine. On Tuesday, FOMC might come out. If it's positive for the dollar, it means that every other market will do what will come down, which is a promo for us. But if the positive news comes for other markets, excluding, or negative news comes for the dollar, it means that every other thing against the dollar will have what more potential to go to the high side. So that's my take for this week. This is just an overall summary of what is happening. So in the next section, we're looking at signals for this week. This is just majorly a weekly analysis for the market. Thank you.